Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Captain Dick Smith Field here in Lexington, Virginia. Today, the Washington and Lee baseball team will take on Southern Virginia for the second time here in 2019. Jeremy Franklin with you for the broadcast. The two rivals separated by just a few miles on Route 60, locking horns for the 35th time in history. The Generals lead the series 25-9. They've won 7 of the last 8, including an 8-6 win right here at Smithfield. Exactly 3 weeks ago, Ryan Monson had a 5 RBI game, and Nate Cohen pitched the final 3 2/3 innings. Great relief work to earn his first career save. Same starter for the Generals as on that February 14th game. That's Jackson Thigpen, who will make his third start overall this season. The 6-foot junior right-hander from Potomac, Maryland, and we will see the collegiate debut for Southern Virginia right-hander Brendan Buckley, his first appearance, his first start for the Knights. They come in at 4-2. They just swept one of the Generals' ODAC rivals over the weekend. Some great hitting, especially in the late innings against Guilford down in Greensboro, 11-6 and 14-8. The Generals opened up ODAC play. A couple of tough losses to Ferrum, got 22 hits in the doubleheader, only 5 runs, lost 6-1 and 6-4 to the Panthers. The Knights starting lineup today, they've got some great bats. Both of these teams hitting the ball well in the early part of the season. Second baseman Jordan Nace about to lead off our game. He'll be followed by the left fielder Caleb Layden. First baseman Cole Critchfield hits third. Batting cleanup is the third baseman Richard Taylor. Center fielder Cannon Anderson, the CAC Player of the Week, hits fifth. Shortstop Ryan Moore batting sixth. Right fielder Mitch Tice, DH Johnny Soto, and catcher Hunter Blunt round out the Southern Virginia order. Nace standing in on the left-hand side as we'll get underway on another chilly day here in Lexington. Not as bitterly cold as it was on Wednesday when this game was originally scheduled for, but 41 degrees, some cloud cover moving in, some breezy conditions as well. It's blowing from right to left at the moment, and it's 1-1 to Nace as Thigpen gets a strike on the outside corner, but then misses high with his second pitch of the game. Meet the Generals defense after this at bat. Off-speed pitch in there for strike 2. Thigpen in that first game. 3 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, only 1 earned, did not walk a batter, and struck out 4. No decision in the contest. 1-2, grounded back through the box off the glove of Thigpen. Good recovery coming off the mound as he tracks it down and tosses it over to Zach Lowenberg at first, 1 away. The Generals defense, the outfield from left to right. Matt Jones, Matt Whiteley, Ryan Monson. Bryce Burdett is at third base. Chadwick Feely at shortstop. Ben DiSembrino playing second. Lowenberg at first. And the first career start behind the plate for first-year catcher Brian Whitman with Jackson Thigpen on the mound. Another left-handed bat to deal with in Caleb Layden, who takes a pitch outside. Layden had a couple of hits, a run and an RBI, first go-round against the Generals. Thigpen finding the outside corner against a called strike to even things up. The 1-1, that's high, ball 2. Layden 8 for 25 on the season, batting .320. 2-1 fouled straight back for strike 2. $25 runs for the Knights in those 2 games against Guilford, and those were 7-inning games. The first one went extras, went to 8. And SVU trailed Layden both of those contests. Here's the 2-2 to Layden. Breaking ball. Just a little bit low, maybe off the plate as well. Full count now to Layden with the bases empty and 1 out. Now Thigpen will step off for just a moment. Here is the 3-2. Fastball. This one flied out fairly deep into right center. It's going to land in the gap. And a big turn by Layden. He will cruise into second with a one-out double. Knights looking to pick up where they left off against the Quakers. Down 6-3, entering the seventh and final scheduled inning of Game 1. 3 runs to tie, then a 5-run eighth inning to win, 11-6. And they were down 8-4, entering the seventh inning of Game 2 and scored 10 runs in that frame. Cole Critchfield 2 for 5 with 3 RBI in the first game against the Quakers. He stands in, the SVU first baseman. Three straight left-handed bats to deal with for Thigpen. First pitch is lined out into left, opposite field, but it is caught by Matthew Jones. So a big second out there for Thigpen as Layden stays put at second base.
Third baseman, number 5.
Finally, a right-handed bat
Taylor.
for the right-handed pitcher to match up with. That's the cleanup man, Bridger Taylor. A right-handed bat, but somebody who's batting .429 and slugging .714 on the year. Couple doubles, couple home runs for Taylor through the Knights' first 6 games. He's 12 for 28 at the plate. Looking for an early RBI if he can get a base hit here. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. Seventh career start for Jackson Thigpen. Total of 13 appearances in his career coming into today. Changeup misses high. It's 2-0 to Taylor. This season, Thigpen, in addition to the outing against the Knights, 3 innings, only 1 run allowed against Emory during the Generals Feb break trip. WNL would lose that game 11-4, no decision after some good early work for Thigpen. 2-0. Now 3-0, he misses high again to the Knights' third baseman. Taylor 1 for 4, double and an RBI in the first meeting against WNL. Man on second, 2 down. And a fastball in there for a strike. Taylor, a little bit of a check swing. Imagine he might have had the red light there. Not so on 3-1. Sharp grounder, but that is playable by Chadwick Feely, and he gets it across to Lowenberg to end the inning. Strong double by Caleb Layden, but he is left stranded on second for the Knights. In the first inning, no runs, 1 hit, no Generals errors, and 1 left on. Today's broadcast of Generals Baseball coming to you live on WLUR All Access, powered by First Team Broadcasting. It is brought to you in part by the Washington and Lee University Store. Owned and operated by WNL, the University Store is located right on campus in Elrod Commons. The store features a wide range of apparel celebrating Washington and Lee, including the Peter Millar Collegiate Collection, offering polos and sweaters for your game day style. If you're looking for workout gear, we have a variety of performance apparel from Nike and Under Armour. All proceeds go back to the WNL community, helping to fund athletic alumni and student programs. The store is open 7 days a week. Order online anytime by visiting store.wlu.edu. No scores. We move on to the bottom of the first inning. Brendan Buckley, 5'10", first-year right-hander from Joseph City, Arizona, making his collegiate debut today. The Generals lineup that will face Buckley. Shortstop Chadwick Feely will lead off. They'll be followed by the left fielder Matthew Jones. First baseman Zach Lowenberg in the 3-hole. Third baseman Bryce Burnett hits cleanup, batting 5th. The RBI leader, right fielder Ryan Monson. Center fielder Matt Whiteley hits 6th. The catcher Brian Wickman in the number 7 spot. Bradford Martin is the DH today. He'll hit 8th. And second baseman Ben DiSembrino rounds out the order. No Jason Volpicelli, who's hitting .486 on the season. This is the 4th straight game that he has not been in the starting lineup. We don't know any more about that. He did pinch hit in one of the games against Ferrum over the weekend. A couple of tough losses there for the Generals against the Panthers. A road sweep in ODAC play is ideal, of course. You would always settle for taking 1 of 2, and the Generals had their chances against the Panthers. 22 hits across the two games, but they also left 22 runners on base. Again, 6-1 and 6-4, the two scores. First ever conference action against Ferrum, the newest member
number 8, Chadwick
of the
Feely.
Generals League. So WNL now 6-5 on the season, trying to get back in the win column before another ODAC doubleheader. Lynchburg coming to town this weekend. Chadwick Feely leading off against Buckley. First pitch misses inside. Feely has recently moved into the top 5 all-time in hits, 178. He's also set the program record for at-bats. 341 career hitter. 1-0 on the outer half, called a strike. So far this season, batting .409, 18 hits and 44 at-bats. 1 home run, 10 RBI. 1-1 off speed, fouled away for strike 2. Feely did not play in the first game against Southern Virginia. Missed that game due to illness. But it's the only contest that he's not been a part of so far this season. Breaking ball hits him. And the 1-2 got him on the shoulder, so the Generals have their leadoff man on.
Left fielder, number 24, Matt Jones.
First time that Feely's been plunked this season. That average will stay put at .409. On base percentage of .460 will bump up slightly. And see what the Generals can make out of this. They had a 5-run first inning against SVU the first go-round, able to hold on for an 8-6 win. First pitch swinging for Matthew Jones. He flies it into straightaway center. Camden Anderson tracks that one down and puts it away for the first out. SVU actually battled back to tie that game at 5 in the 5th inning.
First baseman,
Generals
19,
regained the lead with 2 in the bottom of the 5th.
Lowenberg.
And then that great outing from Nate Cohen finished off the deal. 3 2/3 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts.
Coach Yetter. What's going on?
Runner on first, 1 away for the first baseman, Zach Lowenberg. First left-handed bat for Buckley to contend with, and he misses low with a breaking pitch. Lowenberg hitting .268 on the season. Been struggling as of late. Just 5 for his last 30. 1-0. That misses outside, ball 2. Nothing in the home half of the first inning. Quick check on the base runner. And Feely is back without a slide. (2-0) way off the plate, ball 3. Did not run through the Southern Virginia defense earlier. We'll do that now. The outfield left-right, Caleb Layden, Camden Anderson, Mitch Tice, Richard Taylor at third base, Ryan Moore, and the shortstop, Jordan Nace at second. Cole Critchfield at first, and Hunter Blunt behind the plate, catching the rookie righty, Brendan Buckley. Have to think this is a take here for Lowenberg. It is, and the ball is a good foot off the plate anyway, so a 4-pitch walk for Zach Lowenberg. Chadwick Feely will trot down to second, and the Generals have 2 men on with 1 away here at the bottom of the first.
Third baseman, number 33, Bryce Burnett.
Bryce Burnett currently taking over at the third base spot without Volpicelli in the lineup. Batting cleanup as well.
Anna, watch out. Go on the hill over there. Come on. Go over there.
An early chance here for the Generals. Really nice game, too, for Burnett against Ferrum on Saturday. 2 for 5, 2 doubles, 2 runs, 2 RBIs. Third multi-hit game of the year. Batting .303 overall. First pitch fastball, he fouls it away. Probably wants another cut at that. That was right down the middle. Long look in by Buckley. Critchfield has moved off the bag at first. Breaking ball stays way upstairs, and it's 1-1. See an early mound visit here for Southern Virginia, trying to settle down their young pitcher. Jerry Schlegelmilk, in the first year of his second stint as the Southern Virginia head coach, he was with the Knights at the helm of the program, won 57 games during a 5-year span from 01 to 06. And former Southern Virginia player Tyler Cox on the staff as well. Just a quick word or two to try to calm Buckley. He has hit a batter and walked another in between. A first pitch fly out for Matthew Jones. A 1-1 count to Bryce Burnett. Here's the pitch. Fastball. It is lined, but right at the shortstop, Ryan Morin. Feely has to scramble back to second. And 2 outs now in the inning.
Right fielder number 14, Ryan Munson.
Well, if there's a guy who's going to produce some runs early for the Generals, it may very well be Ryan Munson. He's got 15 RBI this season, batting .426. Standing in on the left-hand side. 2 on, 2 out for Munson. Lead runner Feely going. Got a great break. Delayed break from first for Zach Lowenberg with the throw to second. Goes into center field, and around comes Feely. Delayed double still there for Washington, and the lead works out. Helped out by a miscue by the Knights. So 1-0. Lowenberg stays at second on the play. That was ball 1 to Munson. Big lead for Lowenberg. And Buckley misses well outside with a fastball 2-0. Didn't seem like the issue was on the throw, but on the receiving end on that steal. 2-0. Changeup lands in there for strike 1. So we're told the error was on the catcher, Hunter Blunt. Generals have produced 1 run without the benefit of a hit. Lowenberg off of second, 2-1. Breaking ball, and that stays upstairs. Ball 3 to Munson. 2 doubles and 5 RBI in the earlier game against SVU. (3-1). That's up and away. No RBI for Munson. He never really had a good pitch to swing at. 5-pitch base on balls. And another base runner for the Generals, already up 1-0 in the bottom of the first.
Whiteley.
Bring up the center fielder, Matt Whiteley. who brings a 6-game hitting streak into this contest, batting .389 on the season. First pitch fastball misses up and inside for ball 1. Knights already getting somebody loose in their bullpen. Now fastball in the strike zone, that's fouled off, out of play. 1-1 to Whiteley. SVU had a tough go with the starting pitcher in the first game against W&L. Jackson Newbold allowed 5 runs, did not record a single out. And now Brendan Buckley just trying to be consistent, maintain control. It's been up and down through this first inning. Breaking ball foul back, so now he's ahead in the count of Whiteley 1-2. Zach Lowenberg is the man at second, Ryan Monson at first. 2 outs and a run already across for the Generals here. 1-2, another breaking ball. This one is lifted out down the first base line. It's the second baseman's play to make. Jordan Nace will do so. A couple of steps on the fair side of the chunk, and that will bring the Generals' first inning to a close. Washington in lead with 1 run, no hits, 1 SVU error, and the Generals leave 2 on base. We head to the second, 1-0. Washington and Lee here in Lexington. Washington in lead with a 1-0 lead as we head to the second inning. And it seems highly unlikely that Nate Cohen is going to get the save in today's game because he's out there to pitch the second inning. Looks like a pitch by committee kind of day for Ted White's team. So 1 inning for Jackson Thigpen. Gave up a double, but got the other 3 guys out.
Number 44, Cannon Anderson.
And now Cohen is out there, the sophomore lefty from Atlanta. Since that great effort against the Knights in mid-February, he's had a couple of tough outings, 2 innings total, and he's allowed 4 earned runs on 5 hits. And facing the red-hot Cannon Anderson, the Capital Athletic Conference Player of the Week. This is low and outside for ball 1. This is a lefty-lefty matchup for Cohen. And he hits the outside corner with a nice fastball there. Anderson was the hero in the second game of the Guilford doubleheader for the Knights. 1-1. Looped away foul behind the Southern Virginia dugout on the third base side. 10-run 7th inning for Southern Virginia to claim a 14-8 win. Anderson hit a 2-run double and a 2-run triple during that inning. In addition to the 2 wins against Guilford, the Knights had a 16-12 loss to Eastern Mennonite last week. Here's the 1-2. That's low, ball 2. And across those 3 games, Anderson 8 for 12, 4 doubles, a triple, a home run, and 9 RBI. Against the Conference Player of the Week honors. 2-2. That is lined down to left center for a base hit. Sounded kind of funky coming off the bat. That may just tell you how good a hitter Anderson is. That he didn't make great contact and still got a line drive single to lead off the Southern Virginia second.
Shortstop number 13.
That'll bring up the shortstop,
Ryan
Ryan Morin. He is hitting .375 on the year, 9 for 24. 8 runs and 6 RBIs. Hit safely in all 6 of the night's contest in the early part of the year. Right-handed bat to face the lefty Cohen, who misses low with an off-speed pitch for ball 1. Runner going on the 1-0. It is lined out to left for another hit. And Anderson off the jump will cruise around to third. Good start for the Knights here in the second. Runners on the corners, nobody out. And up will come the right fielder, Mitch Tice. He is batting .455 on the season. The Knights as a team hitting .371. 78 hits in their 6 games coming in. That's a lot, 13 per game. First pitch catches the outside corner down around the knees. Nice one there from Cohen. Now the 0-1, not quite yet. Snap throw, a good one by Cohen. And Morin just back in time. The 0-1, fouled back, strike 2. One thing the Knights do not do a lot of is steal bases. They have 3 on the season, all of those to the credit of Cole Critchfield. So no straight steals, or not a lot of straight steals. Generals got their run by using a double, still putting some pressure on the Southern Virginia defense and forcing an error. Here's another throw from Cohen to Lowenberg. Not quite as close this time for Morin. Back-to-back singles to lead off the inning for Cannon Anderson and Ryan Morin. Anderson was running on the Morin hit, so he's at third. 0-2 to Tice. Off the glove of Wickman, that gets away. And that'll tie this game. Cannon Anderson coming in from third. And Morin heads down to second. It's 1-1. Pass ball there for the rookie catcher. And now the count to Mitch Tice is 1-2. Here's the pitch. That is lined out into right. And Ryan Monson, he dives after it but couldn't make the catch. It one hop right into his glove. Great effort by Monson. And at least kept the ball in front of him. Because that ball might have been caught, or could have been caught, I should say. Morin only gets to third.
Designated hitter.
But it's 3 straight singles for Southern Virginia to begin the second inning. Up will come the designated hitter, Johnny Soto. He also pitches for the Knights. He went 2 2/3 without giving up a run against WNL in February. First pitch, a long foul ball past the Generals bullpen down the right field line. Johnny Soto at the plate this season, 2 for 7.
Oh, that's awesome. What time you leaving?
Has a couple of RBI. Still first and third, no outs in a 1-1 ball game. Breaking ball misses up and outside for Cohen. It's 1-1. Moore in at third, Tice at first. 1-1 to Soto. Misses high, ball 2. Two one is up and outside, ball 3. Good count for Soto. 3-1 pitch. He fouls it back. And it's 3-2. Nate Cohen trying to battle here. Just needs an out on the scoreboard. Tried to recover from there. Camden Anderson starting out the inning with a single. He's come around to score. Ryan Morin with a base hit. He's at third. Mitch Tice also singled. Cohen will check up on him at first. And Tice back safely. Big payoff pitch coming to Johnny Soto. Here it is. Fastball, that's lifted out to right, and that'll fall in for a hit. Morin will trot home to put the Knights in front. Ty stops at second, third RBI of the season for Johnny Soto. And Southern Virginia grabs the lead. Four straight hits to begin the second inning.
The catcher, number 9, Hunter Blunt.
Here's the 9-hole hitter, the catcher, Hunter Blunt. He is 4 for 16 this year. First pitch, a good one off speed, lands on the outside corner, and a called strike 1 to Blunt. One for 4 with a walk and a run against the Generals in the game 3 weeks ago. Still no outs in this inning. 0-1, that's high, and they're leaving up the count to Blunt. One pitch, sharp liner foul. As Blunt came around a little late, he falls behind 1-2. Two-1 Knights, 2 on. Anderson, Moore, and Tyson Soto have all singled. Anderson and Moore have scored. Tice at second, Soto at first. This ball lifted out into right. Should be the first out of the inning. It is. Put away by Ryan Monson. Mitch Tice will tag up, though. That ball deep enough to advance the runner. productive out, if nothing else, for Blunt. And now runners on the corners with one away as the lineup turns over. Up will come the second baseman, Jordan Nace, who grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. That was Jackson Thigpen, who started this game for the Generals. Nate Cohen coming on here in the second. Seems possible, if not probable, that we're going to see 9 different guys on the mound for the Generals in this game. Get everybody a little bit of work, but keep everyone fresh for the ODAC action coming up, the Lynchburg doubleheader on Saturday. Lefty-lefty matchup for Cohen. And a first pitch fastball lands at the knee. Strike one to Nace, who's now 7 for 19 on the year. Picked up 3 hits in the first meeting with the Generals. Cohen will toss to first to get Soto back to the bag. He arrives standing up. Oh, 1. Tap down the first base line. Cohen's got to sprint over to get it. Fire to first. Good job by the pitcher there to retire Nace, but a run will score on the play. Almost like a swinging bunt there for the Knights, as Mitch Tice comes in to make it 3-1. Johnny Soto to second. He'll be the lone base runner down for Southern Virginia. Caleb Layden coming to the plate. He ripped a double off of Thigpen in the first inning. First pitch, breaking ball in there for strike one. Another breaking ball. And it looked like that hit late in there. We'll say he leaned in. I believe they called that a foul ball. Home plate umpire will explain that call to Coach Schlegelmilk. Layden certainly made no effort to get out of the way. And the pitch wasn't that far inside. It appears the count will be 0-2. 3 runs across for the Knights here, top of the second. 4 straight hits to begin the inning. The fourth guy to get one of those singles, Johnny Soto, is at second. Camden Anderson, Ryan Moore, and Mitch Tice have all come home. And it is indeed 0-2 to Layden. Goes after an inside pitch and grounds it foul on the first base side. That's not where that pitch was supposed to go, at least not where Brian Wickman was set up. He was on the outside part of the plate. Count remains 0-2. Here's the pitch. Half swing and a little looper. That's going to fall into left field. Soto waved around. Here's the throw from Jones. It's a good one. Wickman's got it in plenty of time. And he tags out Soto at the plate to end the inning. Little bloop single almost produced another run, but some good defense there by the Generals will send the Knights into the dugout. Not before, though, Southern Virginia strikes for 3 runs. Those come on 5 hits. There were no Generals errors. And there is 1 left on. 3-1, Southern Virginia. Bottom of the second, we'll see 7, 8, 9, Wickman, Martin, DeCimbrino coming up for Washington and Lee.
Bottom of the second inning for the Generals, the catcher, number 32, Brian Wickman.
Bottom third of the lineup for Washington and Lee as the Generals bat for the second time, now trailing 3-1. Brendan Buckley back out there for SVU. Brian Wickman will get his first career at bat. Takes a fastball low for ball one. First year from White House Station, New Jersey. Played a little bit in the field before today. And the 1-0 is low and outside. A lot of catchers on this Generals roster. We've seen Jack Giardino behind the plate. Bryce Burnett playing third base today, but he's a catcher by trade, so has Ben Capuya. And Luke Seipel getting some time as well, another rookie. 2-0, chopped away foul. So 2 balls and a strike to Wickman. Buckley with a breaking ball. That's the pitch that he's struggled with, mastering the command. That one way upstairs for ball 3. (3-1) inside, and Brian Wickman's first plate appearance leads to his first time on base.
Designated hitter, number 22, Bradford Martin.
Leadoff man aboard for the second straight inning for the Generals. And up will come the designated hitter, Bradford Martin. He's 1 for 11 on the season. That one hit was a double. Came in the Generals' wild 15-13 loss at Pfeiffer back on February 16th. Swing and a miss on the first pitch here from Buckley. Righty-righty matchup after the leadoff walk for Wickman. The 0-1, a nice off-speed pitch from Buckley. Hits the outside corner, called strike 2. The 0-2. Martin got a piece of that to tap it back foul and extend his at-bat. Healthy lead for Wickman off of first. Critchfield standing on the bag. The 0-2 is high. Ball 1. Healthy contingent of fans for both teams in the stands today. Not exactly a pleasant condition for spectators. Temperatures holding tight around 40 degrees. Not a lot of sunshine in the late afternoon. 1-2, breaking ball. That hits Martin. Came way inside. The second batter who's been hit by that breaking pitch. As Buckley got Chadwick Feely with it. I think that might be the end of his first career outing. 3 walks and 2 hit batsmen for Brendan Buckley. And the Knights will make a pitching change with no outs here in the second. The new hurler will inherit 2 base runners, but will also inherit a 3-1 lead. We'll be right back to Cap and Dick Smith Field. New pitcher for Southern Virginia is another rookie. That's the right-hander Marshall
For the Generals,
Davis.
the second baseman, number 5, Ben DiSembrino.
3-1, Washington in lead, trailing Southern Virginia, bottom of the second. But 2 runners on for the Generals with nobody out. Brian Wickman walked, Bradford Martin hit by Brendan Buckley. And now Davis takes over for his 3rd career appearance on the mound. He'll face the senior second baseman, Ben DiSembrino. DiSembrino shows bunt, gets one down, and good enough. Pretty close to the pitcher's mound, but both runners got good jumps, so Davis will field it. Only play is to Jordan Nace, who was covering first. Critchfield coming in. Sacrifice for Ben DiSembrino, got his job done.
The shortstop, number 8,
Brian Wickman to
Chadwick
3rd, Bradford
Feely.
Martin to 2nd. The lineup turns over with shortstop Chadwick Feely coming to the plate. Feely was hit by pitch, scored the Generals' lone run so far. Now he's got a chance to produce 1 or 2. First pitch fastball from Davis is low. 2 1/3 innings for Davis so far. 1/3 of an inning against Penn State Mont Alto when the Knights opened the season on February 9th. 2 innings in Game 1 against Guilford over the weekend. He's given up 6 runs on 3 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. 2-0 to Feely. That one is low. .178 hits in Feely's WNL career. Another fastball, that one closer to the strike zone, but still down around the ankles, and it's 3-0. The 3-0 pitch, low and outside. So a 4-pitch walk. Feely is not added to that great hit total, but he's been on base twice in his many plate appearances. And now the bases are loaded with 1 out for Matt Jones. Generals have had 6 base runners now without the benefit of a hit. 4 walks, 2 hit by pitches. Jones flied out to center his first time up. Fastball grounded off of the body of the pitcher Davis. Looked like it hit him in the heel. And everyone's going to move up a base. Generals within a run. Davis didn't really have a chance to get his glove down to that ball. So that's an infield single. And an RBI for Jones. Brian Wickman scores the run to pull the Generals back within 1. Coach Legel will look out to make sure his pitcher is okay. Davis trying to shake that off.
First baseman, number 19, Zach
Ball was recovered quickly by Nace. Otherwise, Martin might have been able to score the way that ricocheted toward right field. But it's Martin to 3rd, Feely to 2nd. And Zach Lowenberg now in the batter's box. First pitch breaking ball in the dirt. Good block there by Hunter Blunt. 1-0 to Lowenberg, who walked his first time up. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Big cut by Lowenberg, but he comes up empty. And the count is even. Davis throwing from the windup with the bases loaded. Breaking ball drops low, ball 2. That had to be blocked again by Blunt. So Lowenberg ahead in the count. Again, just 5 for his last 30 since the first game against SVU. He started the year 6 for 11. Hit .329 though last year with 29 RBI in his first season as the regular first baseman. And the 2-1 is grounded down to short. Morin's got it. The flip to Nace for 1 and a good turn down to Critchfield. It's a 6-4 3-double play. that will take care of the Generals in the second inning. WNL not quite able to make the most of that bases loaded situation. The Generals do get one run across. It comes on one hit. There were no night errors, and there are 2 men left on. So after 2, here in Lexington, it's Southern Virginia 3 and Washington in lead. 2, 3, 4, 5 hitters, Critchfield, Taylor, and Anderson due up for the Knights in the third.
Ben Greer.
1-run lead for Southern Virginia as the Knights come to the plate here in the third. They will do so against a new WNL pitcher. That's Ben Greer, the 6'3" junior right-hander from Richmond, who will make his second appearance this season, the 4th of his career. And he'll face 3 of the best hitters the Generals might see all season, starting off with Cole Critchfield, who takes a pitch outside for ball 1. Critchfield flied out his first time up. Career .377 hitter. He rips the second pitch, but it's a soft liner towards second. DeCimbrino able to field that, get it down to Lowenberg. And there's one away here in the third. Greer pitched against Emory on the 21st of February, 2/3 of an inning. No hits, no runs. His other 2 outings came last year, a grand total of an inning and a third coming into today. Now he'll face the third baseman, Bridger Taylor. And first pitch fastball for strike 1. Great to see Ben out on the mound. We have a personal bias. He's a big part of our WNO Athletics coverage. As the 0-1 is chopped down to short, that's played by Feely. Strong throw across to Lowenberg, 2 down. Been part of our football pregame throughout the fall. Did color commentary for one of our games on the gridiron. Heard him frequently during basketball season.
Anderson.
He has easily dealt with Critchfield and Taylor now. Camden Anderson at the plate. First pitch, grounded to the right side, past the diving DeCimbrino. It's a base hit for Anderson, who's now 2 for 2. Slow roller just eluded DeCimbrino. And the Knights have their 7th hit of the ball game. 4 of them in a row to begin the second inning. 3 of those guys would come in to score.
Ryan Morin.
The Knights have that 3-2 advantage as Ryan Morin stands in. First pitch is fastball. It lands at the knees for strike 1. The 0-1 bounces in the dirt outside. Well blocked by Wickman. So Anderson remains at first. 1 ball and 1 strike to Morin. So Ryan Morin, part of that parade of 4 straight hits as he takes a breaking ball outside. He would also score. He's now 10 for 25 on the year. And he's hit safely in all 7 games here in 2019 for SVU. Anderson going on the 2-1. Wickman's throw, not quite in time. And popped out of the glove of DeCimbrino. A one-hop throw anyway, but it appeared that Anderson had beaten it. So there is a stolen base for the Knights for someone other than Cole Critchfield. And Southern Virginia with a man in scoring position, 2-2 now to Morin. Breaking ball in the dirt outside. Check swing there by Morin, but he held up in time. And now the count is full. Payoff pitch from Greer. Struck him out with a fastball. First strikeout of Ben Greer's career ends the Southern Virginia third for the Knights. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left on. It remains 3-2 SVU, 4, 5, and 6. Burnett, Munson, and Whiteley coming up for the Generals when we come back for the bottom of the third. Jeremy Franklin with you here at Captain Dick Smith Field. 3-2, Southern Virginia leading Washington and Lee. The Generals up here in the home half of inning number 3. Starting off with the third baseman, Bryce Burnett. Marshall Davis back on the mound for SVU. Burnett goes after the first pitch, chops it down to third. Bridger Taylor has it and gets it across to Cole Critchfield in time. Always love that as a pitcher. 1 pitch, 1 out. And a good start for Davis, who appears to be fine after
number 14, Ryan
taking
Munson.
that sharp ground ball off the bat of Matthew Jones. Seemed to hit him in the heel as he had turned around. Jones came on, or got the RBI single there with the bases loaded. Davis should come on. Inheriting 2 base runners. There was a sacrifice who walked that infield hit, but then a double play to end the inning. Greatly minimized the damage. And a first pitch strike here to Ryan Munson. He walked his first time up. Batting .426 on the year, the junior right fielder. Breaking ball misses low. It's 1-1. Munson coming into today leading the ODAC in hits, 19 of them. Check that, 20 of them. Another breaking pitch that misses low. Third in RBI as well with 15. 2-1, fastball. Munson started to go around. Not sure if that was a swing or if the pitch caught the edge of the strike zone. Either way, it's 2-2. Back to the curveball. That ends up in the dirt. Saw the same thing with the starter, Brendan Buckley, that breaking pitch not cooperating. Same thing for another first-year Marshall Davis. Now the 3-2 to Ryan Munson. Goes back to the fastball and strikes him out. Swing and a miss from Munson, 2 down here in the third. And up will come the center fielder, Matt Whiteley.
10, Matt Whiteley.
Whiteley pumped out to second his first time up. And another miss with the curveball for Davis. That comes inside for ball 1. Hard fastball hits the outside corner, strike 1. The curveball is not working well, but that fastball, Davis has command of it. He's keeping it down, painting the corners. Not this time, though. 1-1. He goes back to the fastball and misses in the dirt. Whiteley now 14 for 37 on the year. Couple of shades under 400. Bouncing ball to third. Charging in is Taylor. Took a funky hop, but he stays with it. And gets it across to Critchfield. Gets Whiteley by half a step. 1-2-3, third inning work by Marshall Davis. His Southern Virginia team still leading Washington and Lee 3-2. Ball game as we head to the fourth inning. Happy to see Ben Greer get some work because of all his contributions to our broadcast. Happy to see Kevin McHugh back on the mound because of all the injury problems he's had in his career. The senior right-hander from Forest Hill, Maryland, a big part of the Generals' rotation over his first 2 seasons. He pitched the final 2 innings of Game 2 against Fairmont Saturday. It was his first outing since 2017. Did not give up a hit, 1 run, which was unearned. First pitch in the dirt to Mitch Tice, Southern Virginia right fielder. First 2 years for McHugh. 20 appearances, 13 starts, 81 in 2/3 innings with a 4.52 ERA, a 5-3 record. Ground ball to the left side past the diving Bryce Burnett. It's a base hit for Tice to lead off the Southern Virginia fourth. Rookie season in particular, McHugh 3-2 with a 3.33 ERA.
Designated hitter number 12, Johnny Soto.
So just glad to see him out there again. Still doing the pitcher per inning thing here for Washington and Lee. And McHugh will now pitch to Johnny Soto. Breaking ball misses outside. Soto, RBI single as part of that 3-run second inning for SVU. He was thrown out at home plate trying to score on the blue pit by Caleb Layton. That ended the inning. McHugh, another breaking ball, this one in the strike zone, and it's 1-1. Fastball fouled back into the screen for strike 2. Short lead for Tice off of first. Lauenberg holding him on. Off speed misses high. 2-2 now to Soto. Now the 2-2 pitch. Outside, ball 3. Soto 3 for 8 at the plate this year. That run batted in his third. McHugh will snap one over to Lauenberg at first. Tice back in time. Payoff pitch. Fought off and lifted into very shallow center, and a nice run by Feely. He drops the ball. And will the Generals be able to get it to second in time? No. Feely tracked that down. It popped out of his mitt. Tried to throw to second, not able to connect with DeCimbrino. McHugh went over as well. When the throw went a little bit long, attempted to flip it back to DeCimbrino. And in the end, Tice is safe. And the Knights have 2 guys on with nobody out. Hunter Blunt is the batter down for SVU. He flied out to right his first time up. He rips a single out into left. Jones quickly to it, so Tice will stop at third, but that'll load the bases for the Knights. With 0 outs on the scoreboard here in the 4th. Southern Virginia already in front 3-2.
Second baseman number 7.
9 hits already for the Knights in this game. Team that averages 13 hits per game. Top of the order now, and the second baseman, Jordan Nace. First pitch fastball over the plate, but low for ball 1. Nace has twice grounded back to the pitcher. Did get an RBI on the second of those 2 groundouts. That swinging bunt down the first base line that Nate Cohen fielded. 1-0. That's tapped to the left side. Over comes Feely. He will fling it to Burnett to get the force at third. Smart play, maybe the only play the Generals could make. It's a fielder's choice. Be another RBI for Nace as Mitch Tice comes across to make it 4-2. So Soto is retired. 6-5. Hunter Blunt to second. Nace will reach on the fielder's choice. And so runners on first and second, 1 out for Caleb Layden. He is 2 for 2. First pitch tap back foul. That was a bouncing ball in between third and short off the bat of Nace. Feely was moving toward third base just to track down the baseball. Oh, 1 pitch. Layden goes after it. There's a breaking ball upstairs. Tried to bunt it, and he missed. So it's 0-2.
like, I pretty much just worked with, like, all the girls' teams. That's what they did, is gave me the girls' teams. Besides, like, I didn't have any basketball, so that was, like, different private.
Pitch from McHugh, fouled away. Still no balls and 2 strikes to Layden, who doubled in the first, singled in the second. Layden now with 10 hits and 27 at-bats. Another 0-2, a changeup. This is slap foul on the first base side. Still 0-2. Blunt returning to second, Nace to first, running on the ground ball there. McHugh again, fastball in the dirt. Wickman keeps it in front of him, ball 1 to the Knights left fielder. Layden, a sophomore from Holbrook, Arizona. .321 hitter during his rookie campaign in 2018. Lifts this one out into left field. Long run for Jones. It's out of his reach. It's going to score at least 1. In fact, that'll be all it will score. With that ball holding up a late break for the lead runner, Hunter Blunt. Nace was about 40 feet behind him by the time that ball hit the ground. But it's another double for Layden. This one comes with an RBI. Blunt scores to make it 5-2.
First baseman number 6, Cole Critchfield.
So Nace ends up at third on the play. The batter will be the first baseman, Cole Critchfield. He is 0 for 2. Two guys in scoring position for Southern Virginia. With 1 out, fastball fouled back for strike 1. Critchfield came in batting .435. 7 for 13 over the last 3 games. That 16-12 loss to Eastern Mennonite, and the 2 comeback wins over Guilford. First team all CAC selection last year. 0-1, he hits this one high down the right field line, and Ryan Munson, a sliding effort, and this time he makes the catch. Great play by Munson. He will score another run for Southern Virginia. Sacrifice fly, the end result for Critchfield. 2 outs now in the 4th.
Third baseman number 5.
So Jordan Nace tagging up to score on the play. Caleb Layden remains at second as Munson popped up and threw to third. No chance to get the runner at home. Wanted to make sure the other guy did not advance. Now the batter is Bridger Taylor. Curveball in there for strike 1. Taylor 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts, both to shortstop. 12 for 30 on the season. Came in hitting .429. 14 RBI. Another curveball, and that's called a strike. So it's 0-2 to Taylor. Fastball in the dirt outside. Well blocked by Wickman. Keeps it within his grasp. Layden started to break for second. Had to hustle back. The ball and 2 strikes to Bridger Taylor. Knights had a 3-run second. They have plated 3 more here in the fourth to open up a 4-run lead. 1-2 pitch. Another fastball that bounces in the dirt off the plate. And more good defense there from Brian Wickman. 2-2. Back to the curveball. That is line, but righted Chadwick Feely, who puts it away and ends the inning. 3 more in for the Knights. Those runs come on 3 hits. There was 1 Washington and Lee error, and there's 1 man left on base. It's 6-2 Southern Virginia, 7-8-9. Wickman, Martin, DeCimbrino due up for the Generals in the bottom of the 4th. Brian Wickman leads off the bottom of the 4th for Washington and Lee. Marshall Davis still on the mound for Southern Virginia. Knights now with a 4-run advantage. First career plate appearance for Brian Wickman back in the 2nd. He walked and scored. Chopping one away foul, then taking a pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Wickman, Martin, and DeCimbrino scheduled to hit for the Generals, who have just 1 base hit so far to Southern Virginia's 10. That 1 hit was an infield single as well. Had a lot of guys on base. This one flied out straight away center, couple of steps in for Anderson, and he makes the catch for the first out. 5 straight batters retired by Davis since that infield single that came off of his leg.
Designated hitter number 22, Bradford Martin.
One of 2 base runners whom Davis has allowed. The other was Chadwick Feely on a walk. Now he has pitched to everybody in the lineup, or he is about to pitch to the 9th hitter. Bradford Martin, who's hit by a pitch by the Southern Virginia starter, Brendan Buckley, and he takes a fastball here for strike 1. 0-1 curveball, that lands at the knee, strike 2. Davis winds and delivers a fastball. Slow roller down the third base side. That's played by Taylor, but an errant throw will allow Martin to reach. Critchfield pulled off the bag, could not make the catch anyway. Quick backup by Blunt. So no chance for Martin to go any further. But the second error of the day for Southern Virginia will give the Generals a 1-out base runner here in the 4th.
Second baseman number 5, Ben DeCimbrino.
It'll bring up second baseman Ben DeCimbrino, who laid down a nice sacrifice bunt in his first plate appearance. Takes a pitch low for ball 1. 2 hits in 17 at-bats for DeCimbrino this year. One on and one out. Here's the 1-0. That's in the dirt. Blunt blocks it. Martin will take off, though, and he will be thrown out. Good work by Blunt behind the plate. Quickly gets it up to Jordan Nace. Martin trying to sneak his way over into scoring position. He is caught stealing for the second out. 2 balls, no strikes to DeCimbrino. Check swing on another pitch out of the zone. He did not go around, so it's 3-0. Fastball, DeCimbrino jumps on this and lines it foul into the left field corner. Good cut that time, even at 3-0, but it's a long strike one. Base is now empty with 2 down. 3-1 from Davis. Upstairs, ball 4. So DeCimbrino will draw the walk. And it's back to the top of the Generals lineup now in the shortstop, Chadwick Feely. He's been on base twice, hit by pitch and scored in the first, walked in the second. Came in hitting .409, so he's still hitting .409. Senior from Jacksonville, Florida. Big lead for DeCimbrino. Prior to this year, had been used extensively as a pinch runner. Got some nice wheels on the base path. And he's got a big lead over there at first. And he's running on the first pitch. It's a low fastball. DeCimbrino is easily in safely. Throw from Blunt a little bit short. Not sure a good throw would have gotten DeCimbrino, who's got his 3rd stolen base of the season. One and 0 to Chadwick Feely. Now with a man in scoring position. And he will line that out fairly deep into center, but playable, and put away there by Camden Anderson. And that will take us to the end of the 4th inning. Generals down 6-2. 5, 6, and 7. Anderson, Moore, and Tice coming up for Southern Virginia in the 5th. You're listening to Generals Baseball on WLUR All Access, powered by First Team Broadcasting. Jeremy Franklin with you on this chilly day in Lexington. Southern Virginia 6, Washington in lead 2 as we move on to the 5th inning. Chase Fleming next up on the mound for the Generals. Sophomore lefty from Pennington, New Jersey will face the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the night, starting off with Camden Anderson. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch, swinging base hit into right. About a foot out of the reach of Ben DeSimbrino. Got his glove up from the second base spot. Camden Anderson, red hot as of late. He's 3 for 3 today. Fleming has pitched well in his 3 outings out of the pen so far this year. He's tossed 5 innings and got a couple of wins. Those came against Averett and Pfeiffer. Only 2 hits allowed in the 5 innings. He has walked 7. He's also struck out 7. 1.80 ERA so far. Ryan Morin is at the plate now for Southern Virginia. First pitch fastball misses high. Morin 1 for 2, singled and scored as part of the night's 3-run second inning. Their other 3 came in the 4th. One-0 pitch. That's up and outside, ball 2. Fleming set. 2-0 pitch. That's in their belt level, strike cold. Fleming keeping an eye on Anderson over at first, but he comes home again, 2-1. Swung right through by Morin, strike 2. Just had a frisbee land on the field. In foul territory, but right in front of the Generals dugout, there is a frisbee golf course on this part of the W&L campus. I've never seen an errant disc enter the field of play like that. 2-2 is low to Ryan Moore in ball 3. I don't think it's going to be returned to its owner anytime soon. Anderson on first, payoff pitch coming from Fleming to Moore, and he fouls it off out of play on the first base side at the top of the Generals clubhouse. Now another 3-2 on its way. Struck him out. Went upstairs, and Morin could not catch up to that one. 16 outs recorded by Fleming so far this year. Half of them have been on strikeouts. And now up will come the right fielder, Mitch Tice. He is 2 for 2, 2 singles and 2 runs scored. Off speed, but that's high and outside for ball 1. One-0, swing and a miss on a nice fastball from Fleming to even things up. Throw to first, and Anderson was caught leaning and is picked up by Fleming. Not the best throw in the world. Really good work by Zach Lowenberg to retrieve it, get the tag on. Good pickoff by the Generals there. Anderson made a little move down to second. And now the bases are empty with 2 outs. 1-1 to Tice. Big breaking ball stays high, ball 2. Fleming's 2-1. Foul tip. Strike 2. Fleming works from the stretch even without guys on base, as many relievers do. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. On a pitch in the dirt. It is quickly retrieved by Wickman, who tags Tice before he can really make any kind of move down to first. And so a good inning of work by Chase Fleming, quickly working around that leadoff single for Anderson. Our score remains Southern Virginia 6, Washington in lead 2. 2, 3, 4 hitters Jones, Lowenberg, Burnett coming up for the Generals in the home half of inning number 5. New pitcher for Southern Virginia as the Generals come to bat in the bottom of the 5th. That'll be Austin Forsythe. Another rookie out there for Jerry Schlegelmilk's team. Forsythe from Richland, Washington. This will be his 2nd career appearance. He tossed an inning and took the loss against Eastern Mennonite last Wednesday. 1 inning, 2 hits, 5 runs. None of them earned, though. 1 walk, 1 strikeout. And a golf swing from Matthew Jones to welcome Forsythe to the game.
Will do.
Comes up empty on a breaking pitch.
Might get a title in it.
Jones has the lone hit of the game so far for the Generals, that infield single with the bases loaded, so he got an RBI out of the deal as well. 6 runs on 11 hits for the Knights with 2 errors, 2 1 and 1 for W&L. Jones lines one away foul, falls behind 0-2. That RBI, the 4th of the season for Jones, who now has 12 hits and 46 at-bats. Oh, 2 from Forsythe. Fastball misses low. One, 2, tap back foul. Now the 1-2. That's grounded foul, first base line. So it remains a ball and 2 strikes to Jones. Zach Lowenberg, Bryce Burnett also due up this inning. Start of a 6-game homestand for Washington and Lee. The other 5 will come in ODAC play. Curveball that misses high. Not by much. Forsythe wanted it. So did the Knights dugout, but it's 2-2. Doubleheader against Lynchburg Saturday, Easter midnight next Wednesday. Roanoke on Saturday the 16th. Total of 10 home games for the Generals in the month of March. 2-2 misses way inside. A full count now to Jones. Today's game is the first at home since that previous contest against Southern Virginia. Not going to get a lot of sympathy from the Knights, though. 3-2. That is lined off the glove of Taylor at third. For a base hit for Jones, it rolls into foul territory. Taylor recovers quickly, and Jones got greedy. He tries to take second and is tagged out there. Taylor almost made a spectacular play. He just about caught a ball that easily could have been a double into the corner, knocked it down, tracked it down, and got it to Nace in time. So it's a single for Jones, but then he is out 5-4 on some really great defensive work by Bridger Taylor. Zach Lowenberg at the plate, base is empty, 1 out. He watches a breaking ball miss outside. Southern Virginia got to open the season at home against Penn State Mont Alto on the 9th of February. The Knights are scheduled to play 3 at home against Alfred State this weekend. 1-0 is low and outside for ball 2, but that's the only home action for the Knights until April. Southern Virginia does not have a permanent home field. The Knights still play at Perry McClure High School over in Buena Vista. 2-0, fouled away. Strike in the count now to Lowenberg. And just with the way the Capital Athletic Conference schedule works, that league plays 3-game series, but the first 3 conference opponents, the Knights will meet on the road. York, Mary Washington, St. Mary's. They finally get Penn State Harrisburg coming to town on the 5th and 6th of April. 2-1 just outside, 3 balls and a strike to Zach Lowenberg. Knights have a 6-2 lead here on the shortest road trip they could possibly make to play another college opponent. 3-1 is well outside ball 4. Generals and the Knights play twice, just about every season, both games here in Lexington.
33, Bryce Burnett.
And they almost feel like home games for Southern Virginia, even with the cold weather. Quite a few Knights fans, as is usually the case. So take advantage of a chance to play, if not at home, pretty close to home. 1-on-1 out for the Generals. Bryce Burnett is the batter against Austin Forsythe. Goes after a pitch he shouldn't have. It was low and away, but he comes up with a half swing, and an empty half swing at that, strike 1. Burnett is 0 for 2. He lined out in the first, grounded out in the third. Oh, 1 pitch has to be blocked by Blunt. 1 ball and 1 strike to the Generals' third baseman. On 1, and it comes inside. Breaking pitch that did not break, and it's 2-1. Forsythe set from the stretch. 2-1 delivery. tap down the first base side. It's played quickly by Critchfield. He gets it down to second for the force. The shortstop, Ryan Morin, covering the bag. The relay not in time as Burnett avoids the double play. Another nice piece of defense from the Knights infield. Critchfield sprinting after that. Realized he had enough time to get the lead runner.
14, Ryan.
So Lowenberg is
Munson.
out, 3-6 on the fielder's choice. Burnett will be at first with 2 down for the right fielder, Ryan Munson. Munson 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout.
They changed it. They changed the diagram of what was allowed and what wasn't.
Quick throw to first by Forsyth. Burnett back safely. Hitting streak on the line for Munson. He has hit safely in all 11 games this year. Coming in batting a team high. Well, not quite a team high. Active player high 426, Jason Volpicelli. Again, not in the lineup today, hitting 486 on the year. Good breaking ball there from Forsyth. Lands at the knee. Strike 1 to Munson. Oh, 1 pitch in the dirt. And a good recovery on the base path by Burnett. He went about a third of the way down to second, but is able to scramble back to first before Hunter Blunt can get a throw. Try to pick him off. Count to Munson 1-1. Breaking ball, Munson will extend the hitting streak, finds the hole to the opposite field. Rolls that between third and short. And the Generals have 2 on with 2 out as Bryce Burnett works his way down to second.
Center fielder number 10, Matt Whiteley.
To the plate comes the center fielder, Matt Whiteley. 0 for 2 today with a pop out and a ground out. Came in batting .389. Sophomore from Salem, just down the road. First pitch from Forsyth. That is slapped down toward third. Taylor charging in. High throw, but Critchfield gets the glove up and reels it in. And that will end the 5th inning of play here at Captain Dick Smith Field for the Generals. No runs, 2 hits, no night errors, and 2 left on. Southern Virginia still up by 4, and they will send 8, 9, and 1 Soto, Blunt, and Nace to the plate when we come back for the 6th.
Johnny Soto.
Top of the sixth inning, Peyton McCann takes over on the mound for the Generals, sophomore righty from Midlothian, Virginia. This will be his fifth outing, all out of the bullpen here in 2019. He'll face 8, 9, and 1, starting with the designated hitter, Johnny Soto. Goes after the first pitch and fouls it off. Soto 1 for 2, RBI single in the second, reached on an error in the fourth. McCann so far, 4 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 6 walks, 5 strikeouts. He's 1 and 1. 0-1 misses high. 9.64 ERA for McCann. 1-1 is upstairs as well. 2 balls and a strike to Soto. Still a 6-2 Southern Virginia advantage. Hard fastball. This one flied out fairly deep into left, but playable. And Matt Jones is there to make the catch. 1 away. Up will come the catcher, Hunter Blunt.
Hunter Blunt.
He is 1 for 2 today. Flied out in the second, singled and scored in the fourth. The Knights' runs have all come in the even innings, 3 in the second, 3 in the fourth. The Generals got 1 in the first and 1 in the second. Couple of hits in the fifth for Washington and Lee, but the Knights with an 11-3 edge in that column. First pitch fastball called strike 1 to Blunt. And that one misses low, 1-1. Blunt now 5 for 18 on the year. Sophomore from Murray, Utah. Nice pitch from McCann. Fastball at the knees on the outer half. Strike 2. Another hard fastball. That one grounded to first. It eats up Lowenberg, but he keeps it within his grasp. Bounced right into the midsection. Bobbled it a bit, recovered, and gets to the bag to make the play for the second out.
Second baseman, number 7,
Good
Jordan
work there by
Nace.
Zach. Top of the lineup now for the Knights, and the second baseman, Jordan Nace. Couple of RBI for him today, even though he's 0 for 3. First pitch low for ball 1. Both RBIs on ground outs, including a fielder's choice in the fourth. The unusual 6-5 with the bases loaded. Chadwick Feely fielding a bouncing ball in the hole and tossing it to Bryce Burnett at third. 1-1 to Nace. Fly ball to center. And Whiteley barely has to move. It's a 3 up, 3 down, sixth inning worked by Peyton McCann. Still a 6-2 Southern Virginia lead. 7-8-9 Wickman, Martin, DeSembrino due up for the Generals. Back for the bottom of the sixth in just a moment. Bottom of the sixth inning, Brian Wickman will lead things off
Catcher number 32
for Washington
Brian
and Lee.
Wickman.
Third time he's done that in an inning today. It's been 7, 8, 9 in the second, fourth, and now the sixth for Washington and Lee. Wickman, first 2 plate appearances of his young career, walked and scored in the second, flied out in the fourth. He takes ball 1 from Austin Forsythe. Second inning of work for Forsythe. And this one is hit high into left off the bat of Wickman. And the play made there by Caleb Layden for the first out. Up will come the designated hitter, Bradford Martin. He has been on base twice today, hit by a pitch in the second, reached on an error in the fourth. 1 for 12 on the season now is Martin. Good first pitch from Forsythe. Called a strike on the outside corner, landed at the bottom of the zone. The 0-1 misses down and in to even things up.
I was just called today, and they'd be like throwing on like, they'd be like squatting like, like 125, like what I mean, like they'd be like putting weight on it.
Breaking ball. Fought off and fouled away by Martin, 1 and 2. Just the 3 hits so far for the Generals. 2 of those did come off of Forsythe in the 5th inning. Singles for Jones and Ryan Munson. WNL team that comes in second in the ODAC in batting average, .315. 1-2, called a strike on the outside corner. Martin didn't like it. Thought that was off the plate, but he is rung up for the second out. Just the second time a General has struck out today. So they put the ball in play. Just haven't had too much to show for it. So now with the bases empty and 2 down, up will come second baseman Ben DeSimbrino, who has a sacrifice and a walk on his line score this afternoon. Takes an off-speed pitch for strike 1. Oh, 1 curveball that drops low, 1-1 to the senior from Yardley, Pennsylvania. Another curveball. This one lands in there for strike 2.
You say what? Oh, that's good. Yeah.
1-2 from Austin Forsythe. Hard fastball low, 2-2. And now the 2-2. Back to the curveball. DeSimbrino got a piece of that. Ball rolls foul. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody on, 2 outs. Home half of the 6th. Generals down 4.
Oh, because it's one of those. Oh, yeah. Oh my God.
Another 2-2. Struck him out with a fastball. Good work by Austin Forsythe. He retires the side in order in the 6th with a couple of strikeouts. 6-2 Southern Virginia, 2/3 of the way home here at Cap and Dick Smith Field. Top of the 7th, Jeremy Franklin with you for our coverage of Generals baseball on WLUR All Access, powered by First Team Broadcasting. 4-run lead for Southern Virginia. And the Knights will send up 2, 3, and 4 in the 7th, starting off with the left fielder Caleb Layden. Andrew Ervelino now on the mound for the Generals. Layden goes after the first pitch, loops it into right, and another sliding catch is made by Ryan Munson. He's come up with a couple of fine plays out there. So 1 pitch, 1 away. More good defense for Munson.
First baseman, number 6, Cole Critchfield.
4th appearance of the year for Ervelino, the senior right-hander from Wilmette, Illinois. 4 2/3 coming in. 8 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. 9.64 ERA. No decisions, no saves so far. First pitch ball to Cole Critchfield. And this one is lifted out into right center. On a routine play in the end there for Matt Whiteley coming over to put that away for out number 2. Ervelino really solid 2018 season, 14 appearances.
Third baseman, number 5,
17 in the third
Bridger
innings,
Taylor.
4.67 ERA, a win in the first 3 saves of his career. And he's gotten 2 quick outs on fly balls here from Layden and Critchfield, and now standing in is the third baseman, Bridger Taylor. Fouls one back. Taylor in the cleanup spot. 0 for 3 in this game. Coming in batting .429. 0-1 sharp ground ball past the glove of Burnett. It rolled into foul territory, but it's a fair ball. Went on the right side of the chalk at third. It's a 2-out double for Bridger Taylor. Third extra base hit of the game for the Knights. The other 2 were doubles by Caleb Layden.
Center fielder, number 44, Cannon Anderson.
For Taylor, that's his 5th extra base hit of the year, 3rd double. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Cannon Anderson. 3 for 3 in this game. He fouls one away. Anderson is 11 for his last 15. All against ODAC competition. The game against Eastern Mennonite last week, the doubleheader at Guilford. Chops one away on the first base side. He's behind in the count now, 0-2. Taylor on second with 2 down, the 0-2. A changeup that misses high and outside. One, 2 from Ervelino, breaking ball. That one is launched foul by Anderson. That ball sailing a long way into the woods. On the other side of Smith Field. That might still be going. Anderson has 1 home run on the year, 8 extra base hits total. Came in slugging 1,000. Loops one foul on the other side. It's still 1-2. Hit .361 and slugged .664 during his rookie season in 2018. The sophomore out of Mesa, Arizona. 1-2 again from Ervelino. Curveball. And a 1-hopper to Feely at short. Needs a strong throw. Anderson's not slow, and he got him just in time with Lowenberg stretching out to reel that one in. So we reach the stretch here at Captain Dick Smith Field. It's Southern Virginia 6 and Washington in lead 2. Top of the order coming up for the Generals. Feely, Jones, and Lowenberg will hit in the bottom of the 7th.
Catholic Feely.
Top of the lineup coming up for W&L. Home half of the 7th. Generals down 4. It has been 6-2 since the Knights scored 3 runs in the top of the 4th. Nobody coming across the plate since then. Austin Forsyth back on the mound for Southern Virginia. Chadwick Feely stands in. First pitch, he skies it out into shallow left. Who wants this? It's Layden calling off Ryan Moore in the shortstop at the last possible second, but Morin got the message and got out of the way as Layden makes the catch for the first out.
Left fielder number 24, Matt Jones.
So Feely is quickly dealt with. That'll bring up the left fielder Matthew Jones, who's got 2 of the 3 hits for the Generals, including an RBI infield single with the bases loaded back in the 2nd. Tries to lay down a bunt here, drops it foul for strike 1. Jones came in hitting .250. 11 for 44 through the first 11 games. Fastball back through the box, but coming over the shortstop Moore, and he bobbles it, and his recovery won't be in time to get Jones. 3rd error committed by Southern Virginia in this game. So a 1-out base runner for the Generals.
First baseman number 19, Zach Lowenberg.
And up will come the first baseman, Zach Lowenberg. He has walked twice, also grounded into a double play that ended the 2nd inning. First pitch from Forsyth, over the plate but low for ball 1. Lowenberg entering with a .268 average. Throw to first by Forsyth. Jones back safely. Now the 1-0 pitch. That catches the outside corner, strike call. Forsyth set. 1-1. Misses down and in, ball 2. No activity in the Southern Virginia bullpen at the moment. So at least for now, this game belongs to Austin Forsyth. The Knights do have that 3-game series scheduled for this weekend against Alfred State. Doesn't look like the weather is going to cooperate tomorrow. Runner going, it's a hit and run. Lowenberg waves at it late, but a good jump by Jones. He'll get to second safely.
All right, here we go, 1-9, drive him in.
So runner in scoring position for W&L with 1 out, a 2-2 count now to Zach Lowenberg. Even though the series this weekend is a non-conference setup there for Southern Virginia, I imagine they want to treat that like they're going to treat the Capital Athletic Conference schedule, the 3-game series that they play every weekend. 2-2 to Lowenberg, bounce down the third base line, foul. In other words, use the same combination of pitchers that you would once you get into the conference schedule the following weekend. Generals certainly do that with their early season doubleheaders. May not throw guys as long as they will when Todek Plague rolls around, but start the same guys, have the same folks ready to go out of the bullpen, usually in the same order. 2-2 again to Lowenberg. Another curveball that's lifted foul into the corner and left late. In a long run after it, he came close. Plenty of room in foul territory here at Captain Dick Smith Field. That ball is well out of play at a lot of Division III parks. Late had made the effort but could not quite get there in time, so it's still 2 balls and 2 strikes to Lowenberg. Matthew Jones at second, 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. SVU on top, 6-2. Forsythe peeking back at Jones, comes home, and Lowenberg drives that out into right, and it's going to fall into the gap. That'll score a run. Extra bases here for Lowenberg. He's been in a slump as of late, but he got a lot of that baseball. His 3rd double of the season, 6th RBI, and the Generals pull within 3. Just the 4th hit of the game for Washington and Lee, first for extra bases.
Third baseman number 33, Bryce Burnett.
And it has activated the Generals' dugout. Some energy coming from the first base side now. Bryce Burnett will be the batter. He's 0 for 3, reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. He's also lined out and grounded out. First pitch fastball misses inside for ball 1. Burnett coming in hitting just over 300. 1-0. Off-speed pitch lands at the knees for a called strike. Two for 5 game with a couple of doubles and 2 RBI in the nightcap against Ferrum this past Saturday. Looking for his first hit of the afternoon. 1-1, swung on and missed, strike 2. Foul tip, says the umpire, either way. Burnett falls behind the count. Long look in by Forsythe. A glance back at Lowenberg. Now the 1-2 breaking ball, and this one lifted out into right. That's going to hang up there for Tice to make the play, and not deep enough for Lowenberg to try to tag. So 2 down. Lowenberg stays put at second, and up to the plate will come Ryan Munson.
Right fielder number 14.
Got a single his last time up.
Munson.
So he is hit safely in all 12 games this year for W&L. 5 RBI the first time the Generals played Southern Virginia this season. Those came on a pair of doubles in Washington and Lee's 8-6 victory. Team high 15 batted in so far this year for Munson. First pitch from Forsythe. A little bit low, maybe a shade outside as well, ball 1.
Who's calling it that?
Munson batting .420 on the year now, 21 hits and 50 at-bats. Sharp ground ball, but it's close enough to the second baseman, Jordan Ace, and he makes the play to end the inning. RBI double for Zach Lowenberg, cuts the lead down to 3. Southern Virginia with a 6-3 advantage as we head to the 8th inning. Cotton now on the mound for Washington and Lee as we
Leading
move
off
on
the
to
top of the
inning
eighth
number
inning
8.
for the
Southern
Knights,
Virginia
the shortstop, number 13,
with a 6-3
Ryan
lead following the
Moore.
RBI double for the General Zach Lowenberg in the bottom of the 7th. Ryan Morton will lead off this inning for Southern Virginia. Off-speed pitch in there for strike 1. Third outing of the year for Cotton, the junior right-hander from Charlotte. Morin fouls one off his body, so he's behind 0-2. One out recorded by Cotton on February 21st against Emory, and 2 outs in Game 1 of the doubleheader against Ferrum over the weekend. 0-2, waste pitch misses outside. Cotton has not allowed a hit or a walk so far this year. This one lifted out into left center, and now he has allowed a hit. That drops in the gap. Knocked down by Jones. Big turn by Morin, but he will retreat to first. 13th hit today for Southern Virginia, the second for Morin, who's now 2 for 4. Career
Right
appearance
fielder,
number 16 for
Mitch
Cotton. He's got a
Tice.
4.20 ERA coming in. Mitch Tice will be the batter for the Knights. 2 for 3, 2 singles, 2 runs. He struck out his last time up. First pitch in there at the knee, strike called. One breaking ball, that one popped up high to the back of the infield. Chadwick Feely camping underneath it. A couple of steps back onto the outfield grass, but he makes the catch for the first out. So Cotton jams Tice, and that'll bring up the designated hitter,
number
Johnny
12,
Soto.
Johnny Soto.
Soto 1 for 3 with an RBI single. One on, one out for Southern Virginia. Breaking ball just misses inside for ball 1. One 0 fastball. That's off the plate. Ball 2. Soto now 3 for 10 on the year. Also leads the Knights coming in with 9 2/3 innings pitched. Breaking ball misses outside. Morin started to go, but he returns to first. 3-0 count to Soto. And Cotton misses outside. Soto was going to keep the bat on his shoulder. A 4-pitch walk for Johnny Soto. 2 on, 1 out for the Knights here in the 8th inning. Up will come the catcher, Hunter Blunt.
The catcher, number 9, Hunter Blunt.
Blunt is 1 for 3. Fly out in the second. He singled and scored in the 4th. Grounded out in the 6th. First pitch fastball called a strike. Belt level on the outside corner. Blunt did not seem to agree. The 0-1 from Cotton, breaking ball, grounded away, foul. Strike 2. And Cotton will step off for a moment. Ryan Morin is the lead runner at second. He led off the inning with a single. And then Johnny Soto with the 1-out walk. He's at first. Not being held on there by Lowenberg. 0-2 change up, popped up, shallow center. Feely backpedaling. Whiteley calls him off, coming in to make the catch for the second out. Top of the order now, and the second baseman, Jordan Nace. 0 for 4 with a couple of runs batted in.
Second baseman, number 7, Jordan Nace.
Home plate umpire having a conversation with Southern Virginia coach Jerry Slagelmilk. Not sure what about here. Thinking that maybe the infield fly rule should have come into play, perhaps. Runners on first and second, and just one out before that play. First pitch strike to Nace, fastball at the knees. That ball, I guess, deep enough into the outfield that umpires did not make that call. 0-1 fouled back, strike 2 to Nace. Two on, two out for Southern Virginia. 2 pitch, tap down the third base line. This is going to be a tricky play. Burnett charging in, and a great throw, and it's in time. Much to the disbelief of the Knights. Awfully close there. Burnett did really well to field that and even make it a close play with Nace sprinting down the first base line. And the Generals get the benefit of the doubt there. For Southern Virginia in the 8th, no runs, 1 hit, no W, no errors, and 2 left on. It's still a 3-run Knight lead. 2 up for the Generals in the bottom of the 8th, 6, 7, and 8, Whiteley, Wickman, and Martin. Bottom of the 8th inning with Washington and Lee trailing Southern Virginia by 3.
For the Generals, the center fielder, number 10.
New pitcher for the Knights is
Whiteley.
going to be Matt Roll, sophomore righty from Meridian, Idaho.
And now pitching for Southern Virginia, number 4.
Fourth
Matt
outing of the
Roll.
year for Roll. The Penny has 2 wins in relief, including Game 1 of the Guilford doubleheader on Saturday. Total of 8 innings, 9 hits, 5 runs, 2 earned, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts. First pitch fastball comes inside to Matt Whiteley, General center fielder, leading off the inning. Roll with a 225 earned run average so far this year. Hard fastball, bounced down towards second. Nace has to roll to his right, bobbled the ball, recovered, and got the throw off in time to retire Whiteley. Whiteley might have beaten that out, just like Jordan Nace may very well have beaten out the throw. But it ultimately ended the Southern Virginia half of this inning.
Pinch hitting for the
So the Generals get one call, the Knights get the other.
Seipel.
And now we'll see Luke Seipel batting in place of Brian Wickman, presumably coming on to catch as well. First pitch to Seipel, a strike on the outside corner. Seipel, the first year from Devon, Pennsylvania. Hitting .276, 8 for 29 so far this year. 0-1 just misses outside. And the count is even at a ball and a strike. Wickman 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored in his first collegiate start. Pretty solid behind the plate as well. 1-1 fouled away for strike 2. Chris Cotton is on deck for the Generals, so he took over on the mound and evidently has taken over for the DH spot for Bradford Martin. 1-2 misses side, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Seipel. Switch hitting catcher batting on the left-hand side against the right-handed Roll. Roll winds and delivers 2-2 pitch breaking ball. And that one is looped out into left, and it's going to drop in. A little bloops single there for Luke Seipel. And the Generals have a man on with 1 out, down by 3 in the 8th inning. So here's a chance at the plate for Chris Cotton. Be the first AB of his career. First pitch fastball in the dirt, and it scoots away from Blunt. He lost sight of the ball. Heads up base running there by Seipel. One catcher knows when another catcher's having some trouble, and Seipel runs his way into scoring position. Didn't go very far, but Blunt couldn't find the baseball in time, and Seipel scampers down to second. One-0 to Cotton. Over the plate, but low, ball 2. Two-0 pitch, fastball, bounce back up the middle. Morin fields it right in front of the second base bag, makes a strong throw to first to retire Cotton. Seipel will advance to third. Good work there by Ryan Morin. Not a routine play at all.
5, Ben DiSembrino.
Up will come the second baseman, Ben DiSembrino, who is officially 0 for 1. Sacrifice, a walk and a strikeout for the second baseman. And if he can poke through a base hit here, he'll pull the Generals to within 2. First pitch, he will lift that out into center. That's too close to Cannon Anderson. And the Southern Virginia center fielder makes the play to end the 8th inning. Generals strand a runner on third. They continue to trail the Knights 6-3 as we head to the 9th inning. 2-3-4, Layden Critchfield Taylor coming up for SVU. Top of the ninth inning, and Matt Whiteley now on the mound for Washington and Lee. First pitch strike to Caleb Layden. Whiteley moving in from center field, the third pitching effort of his career. Fly ball into left, and Chris Cotton is now playing left field. He makes the catch for the first out. So Whiteley comes on to the mound. Matthew Jones moves to center. Chris Cotton goes out to left. The new catcher is Jack Giardino.
Cole Critchfield.
After Luke Siepel had pinch hit for Brian Wickman in the bottom of the eighth. 6-3 Southern Virginia, as the Knights try to even the season series with WNL. Cole Critchfield at the plate now for SVU. Two outings for Whiteley last season. He got one out, gave up a run against Methodist in February, got one out against Eastern Mennonite in March. And he's behind now 2-0 to Critchfield, who is 0 for 3 with a sacked fly. Two-one fastball fouled away. Coach Schlegelmilk has to duck out of the way in the third base coach's box. That RBI for Critchfield on the sacrifice, his ninth of the season, came in hitting .435. He's also flied out two other times and grounded out once. 2-1 breaking ball misses high. 3 balls and a strike to Critchfield. Bases empty, 1 out. 3-1 fouled away. Count is full. Payout pitch from Whiteley. Upstairs, it misses for ball 4. So Cole Critchfield is on base for the first time in this game. And up will come the third baseman, Bridger Taylor.
Third baseman, number 5.
He is
Bridger
1 for
Taylor.
4, doubled his last time up. One of the 13 hits that the Knights have recorded in this game. The Generals with 5, but much closer in the run column, 6-3. Swing and a miss on the first pitch from Whiteley. Generals will have the top of the order coming up in the bottom of the ninth. One breaking ball reached out for and fouled away by Taylor, strike 2. Whiteley set. From the stretch, the 0-2, big breaking ball. It stays inside for ball 1. One on, one out for Southern Virginia. Whiteley's 1-2 pitch, low fastball, runner going. Good throw by Giardino. DeSimbrino, did he get that in his glove? Not quite. If he had, Critchfield would have been out. Instead, there's a man in scoring position now for the Knights. And a 2-2 count to the man at the plate, Bridger Taylor. So the routine double play off the table. 2-2 from Whiteley. Strike 3 called, hard fastball right at the knees, and Taylor is rung up for out number 2. Up will come the center fielder, Camden Anderson.
Center fielder, number 44.
Generals
Camden
pitchers
Anderson.
finally retired him in the 7th inning. He was 3 for 3 before a ground down. Still 11 for his last 16. A big empty cut to start off this AB.
That's all. Like, if we're scared of that in the sense
Now the 0-1, change up, fouled away. And it's 0-2.
I remember I was driving from the three-day tournament in Long Island, and I was driving over it, and I don't know why my rental car was like a Cherokee or the box juice, like a Liberty.
Critchfield takes his lead off of second. Whiteley focused on the batter. He misses with a fastball on the dirt inside. Good work by Giardino. Blocked that. Keeps it in front of him. No chance for Critchfield to advance 1-2 now to Anderson.
Yeah, no,
1-2, change up. That stays high and outside, ball 2.
her boyfriend's friend, who like also has a pilot's license, and this girl that he like was trying to impress, went out flying one day. So she was like, I want to go.
2-2 from Whiteley. Breaking ball, chopped away, foul.
And they meet up with like the friends in New York. So my friend Molly.
So still 2 balls and 2 strikes to the SVU center fielder. Knights up 3, potential lead padding run out there at second. Strike 3 called, inside corner changeup down in the zone. Anderson knew it. Good pitch for Matt Whiteley. His first full inning of work on the mound at the college level. He keeps the Generals within 3. Top of the order coming up for Washington and Lee in the bottom of the ninth. Chadwick Feely, Matthew Jones, Zach Lowenberg as the Generals look for a late rally against their neighbors from Buena Vista. Bottom of the ninth, Southern Virginia 6, Washington and Lee 3. Jeremy Franklin with you here at Cap and Dick Smith Field. Top of the order for WNL against Matt Roll, trying to finish this one out for the Knights. First pitch to Feely, in there for strike 1. Feely is 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch and scored in the first, walked in the second, since then a pair of flyouts. 0-1 from Roll. Ground ball to short. Scooped up by Ryan Moore and across to Cole Critchfield. And there's one away in the ninth. That'll bring up the now center fielder Matthew Jones. Moved over there when Matt Whiteley came into the mound.
Number 24, Matt Jones.
Jones has had a productive day, officially 2 for 4. RBI infield hit in the second. He also reached on an error and scored in the 7th. On the double from the man on deck right now, Zach Lowenberg. Bouncing ball to third. Taylor has to wait for it, but has plenty of time. One hot throw, but scooped out cleanly by Critchfield. And 2 quick outs for Roll and the Knights here in the ninth. So the last chance for the Generals will fall to Mr. Lowenberg. RBI double. Last time up, his first hit of the game. He's also walked twice and grounded into a double play. First pitch from Roll. Not sure where that one missed. Maybe a little bit high. Ball one called. Roll is ready to go. The 1-0. Slow wind-up in delivery. Breaking ball gets away from him. Ball two. Two-0 pitch. Fastball, that's low. Ball three. Lowenberg will take a walk if Roll will give it to him. General's just looking to get somebody on base here, extend this ball game. (3-0). That's inside, ball four. So a four pitch, base on balls for Lowenberg. And we will play on. Here comes a pinch hitter. Tough day at the plate. Bryce Burnett was 0 for 4, so the first year Jackson Gazen will come to bat.
Gazen.
Gazen hitting on the left-hand side. He's 5 for 19 so far, hitting .263. Shows bunt, pulls it back, and a fastball from Roll misses outside. Two of Gazen's 5 hits have been doubles. He's got 1 RBI. 6-3, SVU, 2 outs, Lowenberg on first after the walk. 1-0, Gazen does get his bat onto the ball after squaring around the bunt, but he sends it right back into the screen, foul. One and one. Short lead for Lowenberg. Critchfield holding on his counterpart at first. 1-1 pitch, big breaking ball that lands in there, strike two. That was on the inside part of the plate. Not sure the Gazen would have done much with that had he swung. Roll set. From the stretch, the 1-2. That's outside. Missed with a fastball. 2-2 to Gazen. Awaiting the 2-2. Here it is. Another hard fastball, but it's outside. Not really that close to the strike zone. Pretty easy take for Gazen. And the count is full. Critchfield will wander off of the bag here. Lowenberg will run on the pitch. Here is the payoff from Matt Roll. Fastball, ground ball to third. Taylor charging in, fields it cleanly, gets it across to Critchfield to get Gazen by a step, and that is the ball game. Southern Virginia and Washington and Lee split their season series as the Knights take the second contest here by a 6-3 final. We'll take a quick break, come back to wrap this one up. Stay with us here on WLUR All Access, powered by First Team Broadcasting. Southern Virginia with the 6-3 victory over Washington and Lee here at Captain Dick Smith Field. The Knights improved to 5-2 on the season, and the Generals are now 6-6. Today's broadcast has been brought to you in part by the Washington and Lee University Store. Celebrate your favorite Generals team with a sports tee, decal, or hat. If you can think of it, we probably have it. The store is open 7 days a week. It is owned and operated by W&L. All proceeds go back to the Washington and Lee community, helping to fund athletic, alumni, and student programs. Order online anytime at store.wlu.edu. And be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for exclusive online promotions. Go Generals! Well, the Knights got 3 in the second, 3 in the fourth. That would prove to be all the offense that Southern Virginia would need. The Generals with 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the seventh, but playing from behind most of the way. Some good work out of the bullpen from the likes of Marshall Davis, Austin Forsythe, and Matt Roll. Be the first career win for Davis, and then the first career save for Matt Roll. Neither gave up a run. Davis pitched 3 innings, and Roll got the final 6 outs of the game. The Knights belted out 13 hits, right at their season average. 3 apiece for Caleb Layden and Cannon Anderson. 2 each for Ryan Moore and Mitch Tice. Couple of RBI for Jordan Ace. 1 RBI apiece for Layden, Critchfield, and Johnny Soto. On the General side, Zach Lowenberg, an RBI double. He finished 1 for 2 with 3 walks. Matt Jones was 2 for 5 with a run and an RBI. Brian Wickman and Chadwick Feely also scored for the Generals in this game. So Southern Virginia, a rare home date as they take on Alfred State. 3-game series scheduled to begin at 3:30 Friday, doubleheader on Saturday. Weather pending. Chance of some snow and sleet here tomorrow. Looks better for Saturday. That's when the Generals will play host to Lynchburg for a doubleheader. Former W&L head coach Lucas Jones bringing his alma mater to town. First pitch of Game 1 scheduled for 12 p.m. For now, we'll say so long from Captain Dick Smith Field. Our thanks to Andy McEnroe and the First Team Broadcasting crew. I'm Jeremy Franklin. Thanks for listening to this presentation of Generals Baseball. Southern Virginia 6-3 win here against Washington and Lee.